What is going on, guys? JTGuitarMan back with another video, and today's video is going to be a bit more of a serious one. We're going to be talking about the future of Pokemon Go in 2020. As you guys know, we're living through some very serious times, and this coronavirus has affected so many of us throughout the world. Large gatherings around the world are being canceled and postponed, and yes, this does include the upcoming Safari Zone St. Louis. If you guys haven't heard already, that event has been canceled. I'm not sure if they're going to postpone it and do it another time. Now, if you have purchased a ticket, you do have the option to refund it. I believe the refund date is coming up soon, but you can refund your ticket if you don't want to participate. But if you still have your ticket, you can play that Safari Zone day wherever you are in the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to be outside with all this stuff going on. You don't have to. We'll get to that in a little bit. The world is taking the necessary precautions to stop the spread of this virus, and to do so, they're going to have to cancel things like this. So, Safari Zone St. Louis, canceled. Safari Zone Liverpool, most likely going to be canceled. Safari Zone Philadelphia, also most likely going to be canceled. And that leads up to Go Fest. Now, as you guys know, Go Fest is our annual Pokemon Go event that's held every year in Chicago. Now, the first Go Fest usually happens in the month of June or July. That's only a few months from now, and even if everything gets solved soon, which I really hope it does, I do think that this year's Go Fest is going to be postponed. And as you guys know, they do 3 Go Fests a year now. There's one in the US, they usually do one in Europe, which last year was in Germany, and then of course the one in Japan. I do not see them happening at their usual dates. I would assume everything gets postponed to later this year. If not later this year, then maybe next year. And now I'm only talking physically. I don't know if Pokemon Go is going to do something to where, you know, Go Fest will still happen in-game for everybody, but you don't have to go anywhere specifically. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Now, that's a bummer. Trust me, it's my favorite thing to do throughout the year. It's my favorite way to play Pokemon Go, is to travel and see new places, catch new Pokemon in new places, and just experience new things. So it's a big bummer for me. So, is Pokemon Go canceled for 2020? No, it's not. Is it going to be harder to play, especially now and in the near future? Yes, of course. You know, most of us shouldn't be going outside. Niantic recognized this, and they've taken some great steps and made some great changes to the game that still makes it playable. Some of these changes include making incenses cheaper, and they last an hour. This is great. I mean, incenses were already, they were 80 coins in the shop. I believe now they're 40 coins a piece. And they don't last half an hour, they last 1 hour. So you can get a solid amount of Pokemon in that hour. And in addition to getting that solid amount of Pokemon, they've also increased the amount of Pokemon that do come from an incense. I popped an incense the other day, and in just an hour, I caught, I don't know, a bunch of Pokemon. I mean, there was, every time I caught one and I finished catching it, there was another one ready for me to catch. So the catching aspect of this game is still here. You can still catch a bunch of Pokemon even while at home. We're also getting double incubator effectiveness. Now, of course, we're supposed to be staying inside, so this one doesn't affect a lot of us, but if you, I don't know, if you have a big house, or if you want to walk around in your backyard or in your house and just keep doing laps, you can hatch eggs a little bit faster. You know, it's going to be a little bit tough because you don't have a lot of room to go, but it's possible. So we got double incubator effectiveness. I appreciate it. Also, if you live walking distance from, or if you live on a Pokestop, the Pokestops now are giving away more gifts. So if you want to stack up on gifts and make sure you're sending them out every day, that's a nice little thing as well. And going back to the incenses really quick, they did something that, like, I don't know, it's not that I wasn't expecting them to do. I was wowed when it happened. I was just like, wow, that is awesome. As you can see in the shop right now, there is a box called the Incense. This is a 1 coin box that contains 30 incenses. 30 incenses, and like I said, you get a lot of Pokemon from just 1 incense. You get the double spawns, and it lasts an hour. So you can catch a bunch of Pokemon with just 1 incense, and you can buy 30 of them for just 1 Pokecoin, which equates to, I think, 1 cent. So we're going to go ahead and buy that right now. Thank you very much, Pokemon Go, for doing that. Honestly, that means a lot, because I know there's people out there who really want to get out there and play, and they can't, and they gotta play it safe, and this is how you play it safe. This is what you do to cater to the community, especially in times like this. I genuinely do applaud Niantic for doing this. This was a great move by them. They also made some tweaks to the Go Battle League that make it super worth participating in. As you guys may know, Season 1 of the Go Battle League started this past Friday, and it is really, really fun. If you guys haven't seen my recent video / stream, make sure to check it out. I did 10 battles on stream, or 9 battles on stream, and I went flawless. I absolutely killed it. It was a very, very fun time. Make sure to check it out. But the Go Battle League has some really good rewards, and while we can't go out there and adventure, this is a great time to get into the PvP scene. Not only can you get a bunch of Stardust, berries, and TMs and stuff like that, you also get Pokemon Encounter rewards, which reward with some really good stuff. I mean, the other day, I caught a Metagross from winning 4 battles. I caught a Metagross from winning 4 battles. That's so cool. You can get other really good Pokemon, like Lapras is in there. There's some starters in there. There's some good Pokemon you can get. There's some good, useful Pokemon. So make sure you take advantage of the system. I totally forgot to mention this. They took off the walking requirement, so you can battle up to 35 times a day. All you want, pretty much. That's awesome. And they lowered the friend requirement to do PvP battles. So you can actually battle with good friends. That is the least amount of friendship you can have with somebody. So if you add somebody and you open their gift, you can battle just like that. Crazy, crazy changes. Yes, most of these are temporary, but they're going to be very, very useful for a lot of us right now, and it's still going to be keeping the game fun. Also, as you guys may have heard already, this is kind of old news, but Aber Community Day was postponed to a later date. I actually love that move as well. I think it just made a lot of sense. There's no rush for Aber Community Day. When everything gets better, they'll bring it back, and we'll have a great time with that. In the meantime, I'm gonna be uploading some Pokemon Go PvP videos. I've been doing super well, and I really do enjoy the system and all of the cool rewards that we get from it. So expect some Pokemon Go PvP videos, and I'll try to figure out what other cool things we could do from the house. Maybe like an incense challenge or something like that. We'll have a good time. We'll figure it out. But ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the video, I do want to spread a couple of tips on how to stop the spread of the virus. I'm sure this isn't the first time you guys are hearing tips on how to stop the spread of the virus, but I gotta do my part in making sure you guys know how to keep yourself safe. The first tip is to practice social distancing. Now, this is important because you don't want to contract the virus or give it off to other people, because there are chances that you have it without you even knowing. I know it sucks, trust me, but this means that you gotta take a little bit of time off from hanging out with friends, or going out to this place, or going out to eat, or hanging out at a park, or playing basketball, or going to the gym, things like that. We should kind of relax on just for a little bit to just help contain everything. Another tip is an obvious one. Wash your gosh darn hands. Wash your hands every time you touch something, especially from the outside. If you're doing anything that involves any kind of dirty work, make sure you're washing your hands thoroughly. You guys know, everyone's talking about it. 20 seconds under hot water with soap. Make sure you're getting it done. Really get in there. Wash that stuff out. Make sure you're clean. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your mouth with dirty hands. Wash your hands before you eat. Wash your hands after you eat. Wash your hands if you come back inside from going outside. Whatever you do, just wash your hands often. Another good tip is to get some disinfectant wipes and to wipe down a lot of the things that you touch often, whether it's your steering wheel or your laptop or your armchair or your controller or your mouse or your keyboard, anything like that. I think it's worth doorknobs, anything like that. I think it's worth cleaning up and disinfecting. Also great to have some hand sanitizer around you at all times. As you guys see, I'm gonna apply some right now because I touched my camera, which is out a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and hand sanitize a little bit. I have disinfected my camera already in addition to the hand sanitization, so we're doing good there. Those are just a few tips. I know it's nothing crazy. I'm not an expert, but I know that those things will help you stay safe. And again, of course, stay inside and avoid contact with a lot of people, and avoid contact with anybody who's sick, especially. And another little important thing, if you're experiencing any of the symptoms from this virus, make sure to contact your local doctor before you head to the ER or something like that, because these hospitals are packed and they're reaching their capacity, and there's nurses getting sick and there's doctors getting sick, and it's a stressful place, I bet. I can only imagine at the hospitals right now. So make sure you contact your local doctor first, get their opinion, and move on from there. Again, I'm not an expert on any of this. I don't claim to be, but I just know that these are the necessary precautions and the necessary things we need to do to stop the spread. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys have not already. I know it's a little bit of a serious one. I like to just talk about Pokemon Go on the channel and kind of keep everything away, but this is important and I need you guys to be safe, and I want everybody to be safe so we can get back to life like we regularly knew it, so we can do community days and Go Fest and Safari Zones and raids and all that, and we can have a jolly old time like we always have. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay clean, and I will see your faces later. Deuces.